Welcome back to The Horror with your host with most, Jen Bell, as always. Welcome back. So, I have been tagged from Jen and Christian over at Jen's Reviews from the Grave this past weekend to do what I think are some of the overrated horror movies of all time. Now, here's the thing. You know, I'm going to do a little disclaimer, kind of like how Jen and Christian did. Now, here's the thing. With my list, I'm not saying that, you know, all of these are totally, like, crap or anything, because there's actually a few. I'm kind of, like, just sort of scanning over my list right now. There are actually some movies on here that I do like, and some of you guys might be a little like, but Jenna... you know, I'm not saying, like, these are, like, horrible movies or anything by any means. If you guys like some of the movies that I have on here, if that's kind of, like, your movie, like, what you like, made you love horror movies, awesome sauce, man. Awesome. Like, I'm not gonna take that away from you. You know, and I've said it, quite frankly, I've said it a number of times in the past about movies being overrated. I've said many times, you can literally look at almost any horror movie and say it's overrated. Like, right now, I'm looking at my Blu-ray Digi book of the original Exorcist. That totally could be considered overrated. If someone were to tell me right now in the comments, The Exorcist is overrated, or Halloween, the first Halloween, or Nightmare on Elm Street, or, you know, any sort of, like, what's supposed to be a classic, say that it's an overrated movie, I'm not going to dispute you on that. I really am not, honestly. So, you know, just kind of take my list with a grain of salt. It's just my opinion. Like I said, you know, even some of the movies that are on here, some of you guys are going to be like, what? Just my opinion. Whatever. If you guys like them, A-okay, man. More power to you. But let's go ahead and kick off this list. So first one that I have is a movie I saw a few years ago on Netflix, or maybe Prime. I don't know. I saw it somewhere on a streaming service, and then I literally a year later I got it in horror pack. Yeah, that's my luck. You know, I kind of wanted to see this because I was like, oh, okay, it seems kind of interesting. Some people have said, like, ooh, it's really kind of scary. Ooh, you know, really kind of makes you think. That movie is Would You Rather. More like, I would rather take a big heaping pile of shit than watch this movie again. What I'll give this movie is that ending. Like, that ending, I was a little like, all of that for nothing. But it's still, I mean, it was an okay movie. It just, by the end, you're like, that fucking sucks for that girl. It really does. But it's, honestly, it's one of those movies that literally I've watched it once, and I'm like, I have every intention of actually watching it again, but I was really expecting it to be more, like, violent, more of me being like, ooh, but literally I was just like, and they cut away from all the money shots. I do remember saying that about it when I did my review. It totally did not deliver on the money shot, so I'm just saying. Next one up, number 9. I was going to say number 2. Number 9. Now, some of you, I know, I can already start hearing the gasps before I even say this. I know, but Silent Night, Deadly Night. I know, you guys, I know, I've disappointed quite a few of you, I know, but, I mean, it's an okay movie, it really is. I mean, I have a copy of it, little double feature with the second one. I mean, it's okay, it really is. Like, when Scream Factory released it a while ago, that they were releasing it, I was kind of like, oh, again, with all the Silent Night, Deadly Night. I mean, yeah, it's a decent, you know, slasher movie. I mean, it's got Leonie Quigley, one of our top scream queens, with one of the best racks, getting racked onto that freaking deer or elk, whatever it is. in her living room, whatever. But I mean, I'll watch it once in a while. I'll watch it like every third Christmas, let's put it that way. So, but that's just me. That's just me. So, numero 8. I tried not to have too many movies by this director on here, but I ended up having 2 movies on here, I believe. Yes, 2 movies. First one up is Split. Now I do, for the most part, I like Split. I do really like it and everything. I just kind of wish it would have not had gone the supernatural route towards the end. I think there's a way they could have, like, worked around that and just realized that this guy is just one effed up, crazy split personality type of person. I think it would have been a lot more, at least for me, a lot more sort of suspenseful and scary, especially too, because I've had a family member actually in the past growing up suffer from something similar, from sort of like a schizophrenic like state of mind. So I was really kind of interested with this movie of like, ooh, okay, and for the most part, for the majority of the movie, I was like, ooh, okay, but then like towards the end, it's like all that supernatural stuff, like I said, happened, and I was like, it just, my little horror boner just, I'm just saying, but anyway, so number 7 is one, thank you, Horror Pack, not only to make this one of your, limited editions a few years ago, but thank you for having me have the pleasure of viewing this. And I remember kind of back then, this was when there's more like douchebags on some of these pages and everything, specifically the Horror Pack page. And I remember kind of saying something about this movie, and I was like, oh, I really didn't like it. And everybody, oh my god, everyone kind of like getting double on me. Oh my god, you don't know what you're talking. Oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. It's like, dude, no, it's stupid and it's gross. This is gonna be a throwback to our number 10 Horror Pack limited edition, and that is Night of Something Strange. I know, like, I mean, I get it. I get that there are people out here who absolutely live for just, from beginning to end, gross out, on top of gross out, thrown in with more gross out. It just didn't do anything for me. It literally made me want to literally throw up my organs and scrub my skin to the bone. It was disgusting. Here's the thing. It was disgusting. And I'm not the biggest, like, gross out movie person, but I expect it in some movies, especially certain movies where I'm like, okay, I know it's going to be kind of like a gross out. This was just gross out to be gross out's sake, and I think, honestly, they could have cut out probably half of the gore in here, and it'd still be, like, excessively, like, too much. I'm just saying, or I should say gross out stuff, but it just, and like I said, I know a lot of people love this movie, more power to you, but I don't get it. I don't get the hype on this one. I really don't. So, but hey, that's just me. So, numero 6, another movie from Mr. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. So here's the thing with the next one. Because even, like, with Split, like I said, I kind of enjoyed that movie. Even with this next one, I do enjoy it and everything, but here's the thing. I went to go see this movie back in the day with my mom and my older sister, and this was, like, right around when Jenna was really kind of starting to realize just how much I loved horror movies and everything. So, I mean, I would watch different things and everything, but I wasn't, let's just say that I was not as horror knowledgeable and horror, I think this is what's gonna happen next. Like, no, I wasn't already, like, trying to put, like, all the pieces together in my head by the time, like, opening credits come up. No. But this one, I was, like, within, like, the first, like, few shots or whatever, I was like, well, dude, he's dead. Like, he's gotta be dead. He's not gonna survive that. Next thing, you know, he's, main character's all, and then it's, like, you see through everything, and then by the end, you're like, oh, the guy's dead. And he's a ghost. That movie, if you couldn't tell by the description, is The Sixth Sense. Now, see, here's the thing. Like I said, I do like this movie. I really do. I do watch it every so often. I think it's a great movie and everything, but it's like... I mean, that was what? M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's first movie or whatever? Like, even back then, I think we all should have taken pause and been like, he's just gonna be the predictable one. And obviously, we kind of know that now. We know that there's always those... you know, signature twist in his movies and everything, but I was just so, you know, because when that movie came out, I was like, I don't know, 13 or something, I think, I don't even know, around that age, and I was like, seriously? I mean, whatever, so, number 5 is not necessarily a specific movie, but I'm gonna throw it out there. And I'm going to get some shit for this, I know, but literally every Rob Zombie movie. I've seen all of, like, maybe 3 of his movies. Let me see if I can sum up just any one of his movies. A bunch of redneck hillbilly hicks, who are crazy, stumble upon some normal folk, go ape shit crazy on the normal folk, and be all, like, redneck and disgusting, and, like, fornicating with their cousin, who could possibly also be their sister and or mother, and, yeah, and then, like, shit goes south, and pretty much everyone dies, except for, like, one of the crazy hicks. That's about it, right? That's about a Rob Zombie movie? Okay, so moving on. Now, if you guys, I know there's a lot of Rob Zombie fans out there. He's just not for me. Like, I know one of my good friends, Donna, loves Rob Zombie. I respect that, girl. I respect that for anyone who likes Rob Zombie movies, but I would rather, once again, with Would You Rather, I would rather just go into my bathroom and take a big, heaping, satisfying shit. I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Anyway, numero 4, a more recent movie that I was just so kind of let down by, but I still want to give it another chance. I still want to give it another viewing, and that is Hereditary. Like, seriously, like, it was just boring, dude. It was boring, and then, like, the payoff, what was supposed to be our payoff at the end, you're just like, well, yeah, duh, like, no shit that's gonna happen, like, that's stupid, but whatever. Whatevs. I mean, I know people really like it. Once again, I'm not gonna totally hate you guys for it, so. Now, onto another one. Number 3, another one that I know I'm going to ruffle up some feathers with. Another more recent movie that came out last year. One that I had a lot to say about, but before I say what it is, for the record, I do like this movie. It just has some issues with it. It is definitely not the worst in the series, because, I mean, honestly, that goes to Resurrection. But Halloween 2018, you guys, like, I get people love this one. People are literally still, like, jizzing on this one. What, I get it. I respect that. I'm not going to take this away from anyone, but it was just our homage movie, basically. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but when you're selling it as a brand new sequel to the very first one, I want some new shit in it, not a bunch of fucking homages to a series that you decided to ignore. Although I do feel like people are kind of now looking back at that one and are kind of saying, like, you know, similar things as to what I was saying initially of, you know what? It's a good movie, but it's got some flaws. Maybe we shouldn't have been so excited about it initially. And like I said, it's not a bad one. It really is a decent sequel and everything. I mean, we've literally gotten to a point with the Halloween franchise where it's literally a pick your own adventure type of thing or whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. It really, like I said, it's a good sequel, but we just all fell into the hype of that movie. I mean, we can admit it. It's okay to admit it, dudes. Okay, I fell into the hype. I'm just saying. But yeah. But anyway. So, sorry, I know I probably totally pissed off Jen, but honestly, Jen, you and Christian pissed me off too with some of your choices. I'm just saying. I still love you guys, though. You guys didn't piss me off, but whatever. So, the second one. I know the second one, Christian actually chose the whole franchise. I'm not going to choose necessarily the whole franchise, but if you want to say the whole franchise, whatever. But definitely Scream. The first Scream, oh my gosh. I have said many times over the years, I have a very love-hate relationship with the Scream franchise. I really do. Part of me, I absolutely hate it because it gets so much credit for starting certain things, like the self-awareness and everything. Like, you didn't start shit. Here's the thing. Kevin Williams has been put on record as saying there are certain things that inspired him to do this movie. One of those things was Friday Part 6, where it was directed by Tom McLaughlin. Had some humor and everything. He used that humor because he was so inspired by it. Had that as sort of the premise and some of the baseline for Scream that then became such a big hit. There's things like that about this franchise that I'm just like, no, they were not the first ones. No, they just popularized it. I mean, I know a lot of people are kind of now coming around to that of like saying like, okay, no, like they didn't really start it. They just popularized it, but for the longest time, it was like, oh, Scream. It's like, fuck Scream, man. Yeah, I said fuck Scream. I agree with Christian on what he said with Neve Campbell. I think he said something along the lines of, fuck Neve Campbell. I'm just saying. But anyway, so on to number one. Number one, you guys. Number one is a treat for you guys. So, I have talked about this movie a few times on this channel. I had a lot to say about this movie. For those of you who had seen my review on this movie, one of the rare instances where you guys had seen me totally lose my shiznit on a movie. My number one, Cabin in the Goddamn Fucking Woods. You guys, I have said this before. I'll say it again. I know this was on Jen or Christian's list. One of the few things we actually agree on. This, like, I think Jen even said, dude, like, I don't even get it. I don't get the whole, like, jizz fest, wank fest for this movie. It's an okay movie. It is. Very much like how Scream is, where it's, like, trying to sort of reinvent, like, the new rules and everything. Like, it's almost like, I feel like every so often, like, when you look at this and Scream, it's, like, the new updated instruction booklet for us viewers on where horror is headed. Like, we're not fucking stupid. That's the thing with, like, these types of movies where I just feel like we should be more insulted because I feel like it's, like, telling us, like, oh, hey, oh, by the way, so this is the new trend. And this is going to be the movie that explains it. It's, like, stuff like that I'm just, like... Well, I mean, to be fair, though, I mean, once again, if you guys like this movie, more power to you. Like, I'm not going to hate on you if you absolutely love this movie. I mean, like, with any movie, I mean... I've said it before, I'll say it again. If we all loved and hated the same movies, doing these reviews, doing these, like, little list and stuff and tag videos would be so effing boring. So, I'm not going to troll you guys if you do like this movie. I know a lot of you do, But like, I'm with Jen and Christian. Like, I just don't get the fascination with this movie. Like, I get liking it. I totally get liking it and enjoying it, and having it in your player like pretty consistently. But I would just rather take a freaking shit engulfed in flames after I drank a bunch of lighter fluid and lit my ass on fire than to watch this movie. I'm just saying. Just saying. So, but anyway, you guys. So that is my list of top 10 list of overrated horror movies. Like I said, I mean, some of them I do actually like on here. Other of them, like Cabin in the Woods. But anyway, you guys, with that being said, I'm not going to tag anyone, but anyone who wants to do this, go right ahead. Like, I know Steve over at the Horror Freak 85, if you want to do it. Rich, if you want to do it. Even Sarah, my girl, Sarah 1228 up in Canada, if you want to do this. If not a big deal. Steve over Cashier. I mean, anyone who wants to do it. Lamont over at Horror Miser. Monty G, if you want to do, I think Jen already tagged you, but if you guys want to do this, go right ahead, and just give you an update, or a heads up, I actually will, because of this, I started thinking of underrated horror movies, which I will go ahead and post next week for you guys, because I'm about to shoot it right now, but I will have that video up next week for you guys. If you guys even want to do that, go right ahead, and do it. Have some fun with this, you guys, because it's always fun to kind of hear everyone's list and everything and sort of seeing what everyone picks. So, I'm just saying. Anyway, till next time, as always, you guys, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.